cybersecurity scams, man, the FBI, Internet Crime Complaint Center, says that in 2024, there was a total of $4.885 billion in losses from 127,000 complaints from seniors. It happens. I have scenarios of one of our clients and one of my mother-in-law's best friends that got scammed. I mean, we're talking about tens of thousands of dollars here, right? That people are falling prey to these scammers out there.
And I think the big thing here, Dean, is it doesn't start at tens of thousands of dollars.
No.
I mean, a personal example, we got a text a few months ago that looked like it was just from a toll. We had taken that toll road, everything checked out. I don't know how the timing all worked of this, but it seemed to make sense. And it was $4.85. You've got to trust your gut. You've got to really dig into these things because it starts at $4.85. But we're going to talk about some examples where $5 or $500 turns into $50,000 all of a sudden. And that's where you got to be careful.
Yeah, there was an article in the USA Today just recently about an older couple who lost more than $80,000 after they received a text about an unauthorized $599 charge on their PayPal account. Now, I won't go into all the details on this. Suffice it to say that they responded to the text, they called the number, and through the back and forth, right, not only did they wire $50,000, but then the people claimed they never got the wire, so they sent a courier to their house, and they gave them $33,000 in cash to send, right?
So this is maybe one of those avoidable mistakes here, right? Don't give cash to people, right, in a situation like this. But you could see a $500 charge. They want the situation resolved. They don't want to, they're clearly retired and want this situation to be taken care of. But there's small steps that took place in between a $500 charge and $80,000 leaving their account. And trust your gut. Go to the source would be also my recommendation there of call PayPal directly. Don't utilize the phone number from the text message, right? Or in our example, it was a toll. We called the toll number directly to confirm and verify that this is legitimate. So go to the source, make sure that we're not falling prey to these types of situations instead of Amazon, for example.
And guess what? AI has made these scammers' jobs a lot easier. So this is the grandparent scam. So go ahead, Alex.
Jennifer DeStefano will never forget the frantic call she got from her 15-year-old daughter, Brianna.
And she was, Mommy's bad man had me, help me, help me, help me. And this man gets on, very aggressive. Listen here, I have your daughter. And then that's when I went into panic mode.
The man demanded $1 million. She never paid the money and would soon learn the call was a popular AI scam. Cybersecurity expert Pete Nicoletti created My Voice from old news reports online. What you're about to hear is something I never said.
Hey, this is Carter. I need your credit card number right now.
To test it out, we called my mother.
Hey, I'm about to do an interview, but I have a quick question. I need you to text me your driver's license number as soon as you can.
She fell for the fake voice.
I feel terrible. We just scammed my mom.
Oh, God, Carter, that's scary. Is this the real you now?
This is the real me.
That's scary.
That's very scary.
Yeah, so in those scenarios, what I would generally do, look, we all operate with our cell phones. Now, if AI can actually say that it's calling from my daughter's phone number, that's going to get really scary, right? You got a caller ID on your phone. If you're getting a phone call from a weird number and it's a recorded or an AI thing, and then somebody calls on, I'm going to say, I'm going to hang up and I'm going to call back on my daughter's phone. If you actually have my daughter, right, I'm going to call back on that phone, right? I think for our aging population, though, they might not understand that.
Yeah, and I think the key here is they go towards fear, right? So pause, take a moment. Don't let the fear drive you that someone actually has your child. Call your child directly there. Easier said than done, but unbelievable what has become from AI here.
Yeah, no doubt. Or, hey, let's FaceTime.
Yeah.
Let's actually see who this is. All right, we got another threat here, and this is another thing: tech support and remote scams. You get fake pop-ups on your computer warning of a virus. You need to call a support number, and the scammer will then ask you for remote access. This is a very common scam, and we get another one, all of it again for you YouTubers. Here's an example of what this might look like. And for those of you that are listening, just pay close attention here.
A fake Amazon purchase and bank wire transfers. That's how a local family said scammers were able to steal more than $500,000 from them.
William and Ave Bortz have been married for more than 55 years. They're retired and hope to live out their golden years on money they saved and money from a recent home sale. But golden no more. It started last year in January. They said they got this email from what they thought was Amazon, that they purchased about $1,500 worth of products being sent to another address. They called the number on the email to fix the issue.
I took over the phone call.
The person on the other end convinced William to allow access to their computer, something their daughter, also named Ave, explained didn't seem unusual to her parents.
Because my husband had always fixed it from San Diego to LA, so he was used to seeing his computer remote accessed. The fake Amazon website that said, you have spent $2,000 to ship this product, enter in the money, enter in $2,000 so we know what money to credit you back with. And all of a sudden, there was $200,000 my parents had sent to Amazon.
Keep in mind, the site, again, wasn't real.
The hacker said was, in order for you to get this money back, we need to synchronize the refund server with Amazon. To do that, you need to wire transfer that amount to the Amazon Refund Recovery Center.
The fake Amazon worker was persistent.
Calling my parents multiple times a day, starting from 6 in the morning till late in the evening.
William, still not realizing the whole thing was a scam, went to this Chase Bank for the first wire transfer. He said the scammers coached him on what to say. He went to 2 different branches in the North County 4 times in 8 days to wire money to Hong Kong and China.
He's never wired money to a foreign country before this. The total loss, $690,500.
I mean, look, you don't know what these are going to look like, but again, this is the same thing, Corey. It's fake stuff, right?
And so again, where was this avoidable? Don't look at the email for the phone number, right? Trust your gut. If you feel like you're being coached because you've never had to do this before, it's probably because you've never will need to do this in your life.
Right. It's and look, these scammers, they make it look legitimate.
Yeah, that email looked very real from Amazon. It's got the Amazon logo. It looked normal, right? Here's what's interesting too is from a tax perspective, I got to talk a little bit of taxes on here, Dean. You get no tax benefit for this loss. There is no way that I can offset my taxes. So let's say you took $600,000 from your IRA account in order to send it to China. You pay tax on that $600,000. There is nothing that I can do to save any type of tax burden related to that 600. So that 600 becomes 800,000 or 900,000 really, really quickly here.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Look, just beware that there are scammers out there, and if something doesn't feel right, or if there's any little bit of your, intuition is saying, I don't know, just don't do it.
The views expressed represent the opinion of Modern Wealth Management, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Information provided is for illustrative purposes only and does not constitute investment tax or legal advice. Modern Wealth Management does not accept any liability for the use of the information discussed. Consult with a qualified financial, legal, or tax professional prior to taking any action.